On this episode, I'm going to be showing you how I'm going to fix this massive mold problem, and we're going to find out what's causing it. So stay tuned. Hi friends, welcome to Fix This House. If you're new to the channel, consider pressing the subscribe notification bell so you can always be in tune on DIYs, how-to videos, and product reviews that I do within this channel. So friends, today we're dealing with a massive mold problem that is occurring inside this garage. Let me show you the damage. As you can see, there's a leak that's been occurring that's causing everything, even this drywall tape, to even fall off. And you can see where the mold is developing. There's a bunch right there. We're going to try to find out what's causing that leak. Above this is a sink, so I'm assuming it might be the piping from the sink. It is a continuous drip that is going on just that section of the ceiling. We follow where the water stains are. If we go all the way here, it has spread even to the corner right here. It looks like the water stain or the leak stopped right there, but we won't necessarily find out what's causing it unless we remove all this drywall. This is something that we need to fix immediately, because if we don't, it's only going to get worse. I have an air quality monitor and test out what the air levels are in this section, if it is bad or not. I'm going to leave this in one area for about 10 minutes. And before we do any work and any cleanup, I just want to let you know, friends, that dealing with mold is a very serious issue. If you are uncomfortable dealing with any of these things, make sure you contact a certified, qualified professional, because dealing with mold could be very dangerous to your health. So I'm just going to be showing you what I'm going to be doing to abate this problem. So let me show you all the necessary tools that I'll be using to control this and solve this problem. First, you want to have the right personal protection equipment, also known as PPE. Got this nice Tyvek full coverall. Now, when you're dealing and cleaning with mold, make sure that you have a HEPA vacuum, a high efficiency particulate air vacuum. Molds are porous, so they are very, very small. So make sure that you have the right vacuum. Okay. All right, so for the duration of the video, I'm not going to be putting my microphone on. I don't want the microphone or any parts of my equipment going to be exposed with this mold. So the rest of this video, I'm probably just going to do a voiceover if I can, and if I can use the microphone, I will. Very important, make sure you have your safety glasses on, and we're going to don our respirator. Now what I have here is a particulate and also a charcoal filter, but that's not necessary to have a charcoal. I just don't want to smell those awful smell of mold. All you need is a particulate cartridge. At this point, friends, it's very important to go clean up anything that's going to get in the way, especially these boxes, this clutter, to make it easier for you when you start dropping off the area, so this will not get in the way. So going back to my air quality monitor, it looks like it's nice and fresh on the air levels around this area. Well, given this garage is fairly open, I left the garage door open, and we have a nice ventilated area given, so it might have given that nice fresh reading. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cover the whole area, drop it off with 3 mil drop plastic cloth. Here's a pretty cool trick to make your drop nice and secure. Wrap it around with some duct tape, and then afterwards use a staple gun to staple it onto the wall. This will make it so that it's nice and stuck there and it doesn't pull out in case you'll end up stepping on it in the long run. So for the duration of this, I'm just going to go and cover the rest of the walls, anything that I don't want anything exposed with the possible mold, and I'm going to cover up any openings as well. So once that's done, I'm going to finish off the remaining openings with tape so that this is be nice and airtight on the inside, so that when I start using the HEPA vacuum, nothing will go on the outside and contaminate anything outside from this barrier. I'm going to be using my 3% hydrogen peroxide mix. So it's up to you, whatever spray that you want to use. There's some that you can buy off the big box stores, but for me, I'm just using a 3% hydrogen peroxide with water spray. I'm going to spray this and let this sit for 10 minutes to kill that mold. Next step is demo. You're just going to take out anything that's infected with the mold. In this case, the drywall is fairly easy to take out because it's already saturated with water. Everything is nice and soft, so it easily peeled and pretty much scraped off. You can see how that stud is pretty much saturated with water because of that leak. And as I show you, look at that mold. It grew right on the inside of that drywall. So we definitely need to take anything off like that. On the other areas that are around, you can definitely go, if you can reach it, spray it up with the hydrogen peroxide or the mold killer and let it again soak for 10 minutes. So in this case right here, I am removing the insulation bats because they could have possibly been exposed with the mold, and it is actually wet as well. The remaining of the debris, I'm spraying it also with the mold killer, my hydrogen peroxide, and I'm just going to be carefully bagging everything up. Now, to fully secure your bag, make sure that you go and use a J seal method. So I'm just twisting it and then I'm putting it to a J and then taping it, and then we can easily just dispose of this. You can see that where it stops on the leak is on the right side, so that's pretty good. I'm just gonna stop right there. No need to take off any more because that part is good. The left side is what's contaminated, so that's what we gotta get rid of. I still have my respirator on. You can see that this area that I took out was the only saturated and most affected by the mold. As you saw on the right side over there, the mold stopped towards this joist right there, and everything looked good on that side, same on that side. So no need to take off things that we don't necessarily need to take out. You can see how nice and fresh the drywall is on that side. Everything is dry on here, but I still took out some of the insulation on this side anyways. I know we have some water stains on there, but it's fine. I'm still just gonna spray that stuff with the mold killer with the surfactant. This is where the source of the mold was coming from. Look at that pipe right there. You see that joint? So stay tuned for the next video. I'm gonna show you how to fix a leaky pipe like that. So overall, this beam, you can see that this joist right there is very saturated. It's wet. So as of now, you want to just try to keep everything open. I wouldn't suggest you using a blower because you're going to end up blowing all that spores around. So that is not a good way to do it. What we're going to do is we're just going to naturally dry everything while I am going and fixing this pipe. We're going to leave this nice and open for it to air dry for a couple of days till everything is nice and dry. So alright, take everything out like this. Okay, roll it down. There you have it, friends. The decontamination and pretty much the cleanup, the abatement is done. We're just gonna give it a few days for this to pretty much air dry and let all the joists and everything pretty much dry up, because we don't want to close everything that is just wet and it's just going to grow back into mold. And you hear that little dripping sound into the bucket? That's pretty much where the source of our mold was coming from, that leak. Stay tuned for the upcoming videos. I'm going to go show you how to fix a leaky pipe just like that. That's copper pipe, so it should be easy for us to replace it with a brand new joint. So overall, at the closeout, make sure that you clean up really well. Take all your tools and all your PPE, all the PPE you use, throw them away and make sure that you dispose of them and airtight them. Put them in a bag, J seal it, put tape around it, and also all your tools that you use, make sure you clean up with that mold killer and disinfectant and all that stuff. Make sure before you put away all your tools, make sure you clean them up, disinfect them. That's the easiest way to get rid of mold. The hardest part is pretty much prepping everything, closing everything off so that everything is nice and contained in the containment. Again, make sure you use the right tools. Make sure you use a HEPA filter vacuum. Make sure you also use a mold killer spray, hydrogen peroxide with water. There's many products out there that has mold killing agents on them. Just check your big box stores. But overall, it's totally up to you. That's what I've got for you. Hopefully you found value and you saw this experience that I did when it comes to abating and cleaning up mold on drywall just like that. If you have any questions, friends, feel free to leave in the comment section down below. If you found big value to this video, please hit that big thumbs up, press the subscribe notification bell. Stay tuned for upcoming videos because we are not done yet fixing up this, so stay tuned.